Cool. So we are on Eclipse again. Same old, two-player map. Exit the natural. Natural's easy to take. Third's a little bit tough to take, but it's on elevated terrain. And up here in the top left, you've got two geysers, and some of the biggest key terrain pieces are these elevated positions outside both base. I feel bad for the YouTube viewers that only watch one at a time, because that's mostly what this is for YouTube. And when I do multiple series, I break them up for the YouTube videos, and I get lazier and lazier on describing the maps and everything as I do series in one sitting. Anyway, yeah, so we have a ZVT. Quim is the blue Terran here in the bottom left. Inside job is our red Zerg in the top right. Both these players fighting for their tournament life. If they lose again, they are out of Brood War tournament number 7. Now right here we do have Quim building a supply depot on the low ground, walling off. Spawning pool going down for IJ. Yeah, looks like we're straight up just 5 pooling it. So very aggressive opening here from IJ. We're gonna have to see if Quim's able to hold this, then he wins. If IJ is able to get through, he wins. This is one of those, every player that plays against Zerg has to be ready and expect at some point there's going to be a 4-pool, 5-pool situation. And that's why, as a Terran player, he sends this scout out at 12 supply as opposed to 13, which is normal. And this is one of the reasons why 2-player maps, I feel like you see just so many more cheeses, right? Because you know exactly where the opponent's at. And so whenever you're on a 2-player map, I feel like if you have a build order that is safer in the early game, or your own cheese, like those are the builds that you're likely going to pull out of your toolkit for this one. Because right now there's nothing. There's nothing. He's going to get one Marine out maybe by the time these Zerglings show up. And IJ might just win right here. Bunker's going down, but it's not going to finish. And as soon as this Marine finishes, Zerglings are here. Okay, now he's running it away, trying to mass, trying to get these Zerglings up here, and he's pulling all of his boys, which is exactly what you need to do. It's not like you're going to be lower on economy, right? IJ's really all in here. Okay. Good surround by the SCVs. He's going to kill this Marine, though. Oh, but a second one pops out. This is looking a little rough. A couple more Zerglings are filing behind. But I don't know if IJ has the larva to keep this up. And if he can get a bunker down and just get the Marines in it and keep these SCVs here, that's it. Quim has it. Like, transitioning from this is so tough. Alright, he's going to kill a couple more SCVs. Try to sneak by here. Ooh, a second Marine getting up into the main. Now, going up into the main is good. It would be better if the Zergling didn't just have one SCV hit of health, because it's going to pull the Marines up here, right? So when the second wave of Zerglings comes, if this barracks, or I'm sorry, this bunker's empty, he can keep just running through. But Quim is being pretty disciplined. He's keeping SCVs here. He's also looked like repairing his building. But now there's 3 Marines here at the front. And he's going to need to kill an SCV and run into the main, right? He's not going to have time to kill this barracks, I don't think. Oh, there was a hole left there. Oh, he's going to go straight for the bunker. Oh, no. He's going to lose all those Zerglings. And that was it. Yeah, IJ saw it. I think if he had ran into the main with those, he could have kept this pressure going for a little bit longer. All right, nice quick. Game number 1. Quim is 1-0 in this series. Let's go ahead into game number 2. This one's going to be on Fighting Spirit. Now you'll notice we're casting rounds, like series back to back in the same tournament. And so in our tournaments for this level, we have 3 maps, and they're the same for every round. And then when you get to the finals, there's a 4th map added, and the winner shows up with a 1-map advantage. Or I'm sorry, the player from the winner bracket shows up with a 1-player advantage. But anyway, we're on Fighting Spirit. Currently IJ, the red Zerg in the top right, and Quimsy, the blue Terran in the bottom right. Quimsy having one last round is up 1-0 in this series. Now, Fighting Spirit, everyone knows Fighting Spirit, but just to go over it real quickly, 4-player map, obviously we have vertical spawn position. Some of the key pieces, no doodads or eggs or anything annoying on the ramp in the natural. You got a gas natural, it's easy to take. This bridge is often very key terrain, especially in ZVT where you can get some lurkers here, you can get some siege tanks here. It really is tough to break out of. You then have this long stretch of walking ground that leads up to the third that's most often taken. And this third base is kind of key terrain as well. You got 2 ramps, tough to take, and it connects to the middle on the other side. Now, one thing to note that makes this map different than a lot of other 4-player maps is these middle side expansions do go all the way up against the edge of the map, and so you can see any type of air that's traveling across it if you have units or buildings there. So you can place some turrets and maybe Goliaths or something like that, or Hydralisks. Which isn't always the case, right? Like Radion, which is I think the 3rd map in this in these series on tournament number 7, has that empty space. All right, so Quimsy going for kind of the same initial build. I mean, it's a little early to tell, but got his barracks, got his supply depot down here at the choke. Inside job, not doing a 5 pool this time. Did do an expansion or an extractor trick, got down a spawning pool, has his overlord. And he's going to get a first shot scout here with his overlord and know exactly where the Terran is. Terran walked up and saw where the Zerg was. Quimsy is building his engineering bay here, which is going to be really annoying and probably force IJ to pop out some initial Zerglings, beat this up, get it out of there before he brings a hatchery into play. Or sometimes what I see is a macro hatch going down on the top base. But either way, like that's not great for the economy either. You want that hatchery down here in the low ground so you can start getting minerals from 2 locations. It's not going to last very long. We'll see if Quimsy gets the cancel or if it just dies. Looks like it just dies. So that's something. Then these Zerglings are going to chase around this SCV a little bit and they'll go down. Alright, this time Quimsy playing a little bit more... Well, I don't even know if it's more defensive, but he is prepared. I mean, he had a full scout off. He knew that it wasn't a 4 or 5 pool. And he has a bunker with a marine in it. So, feeling pretty safe. There's only, what is it, 6 Zerglings coming down, 2 more following. And IJ has his hatchery at the expansion going up. Alright, expansion being built for Quimsy. And a 3rd marine does pop out. Now he's clogging up this gap. He's learned that IJ's definitely one to shoot the gap, get those Zerglings in. He's very aggressive with them, at least when he did the last game. So not wasting any... It's not a waste to have these SCVs here blocking. Alright, we are going into layer, likely to see Hydralisk play coming out of this. Getting a refinery up. And an engineering base. So definitely preparing for Hydralisk play. We might see if this is some sort of +1 thing, but I think it's primarily for turrets. Because we don't have a second barracks or anything. Is this an academy? No, it's another supply depot. Oh, he went Hydralisks. Awesome. Okay, so he might be racing to Lurker Tech. Getting Zergling speed on the way as well. And the Lurker Tech is nice as well, kind of especially for what we were talking about. You know, leaving your main, you have this bridge, and then you have that little ramp from that other base, right? Like an example being right here. So getting the Lurkers up can really help with getting an early contain. And that's what he's doing. He's getting the Lurker Tech. Now we do have +1 on the way for Quim. And he does have his academy coming down, so he can start getting scans. He can start getting stim, marine range. And it looks like we'll have a bio play here for our Terran player. Missile turret going down. Now I like this. Even if he was preparing for Mutalisks, this will be helpful for the Lurkers that are actually inbound. So we'll see how many turrets he actually makes. This looks like the only one. Stim is now on the way, along with +1 weapons. He's getting CompSat and a medic. Now he's still sitting on 1 barracks, finally getting his second one. Getting a couple, whoa, I think he's getting a couple more turrets. Changed his mind there at the last minute. Oh, you know what? I think he scanned. Yeah, I think that's what we saw. Well, can't really tell because he's already scouted. But I think he scanned, saw there was no spire, and canceled those immediately. And instead went for a second bunker. I like this idea a lot. This is a good response from Quim. Alright, we've got Lurker Hegs on the path to Quim's base. And we're still sitting on 2 hatcheries right now. I guess a layer and a hatchery. Alright, getting a factory out. And he's also getting marine range. Okay, here comes a flood of lings. Here comes the lurkers, wherever the heck they are. Oh, they've made their way down here already. We're bound to see the assault come through soon. Now, I'm wondering if he's going to go for more of a contain, or if he's actually going to try to push and get some kills with this. Alright, he's going to move up. Now, the bunkers see it. He's got a fire bat here. He's got some medics. He's got the turret, which is going to keep these visible. And the lings, they do break through. 1 lurker goes down. 2 lurkers goes down. A third. A fourth. 1 lurker remaining. This fire bat doing so much damage. The entire army has been wiped, and IJ does go down 2-0 to Quimsy in this lower bracket, round number 3. Nice, quick series from both these players, and great job to both of them as well.